What's going on, guys? Welcome to another live session with your boy Phrankleen. If you're watching this as a playback, thank you for stopping by. I'm the brain behind this platform. This is one of my sessions, which I call story time. People send me their stories via email to foodchannel1960 at gmail.com. You can look in my description below. You see my email address. So I look at the stories, and if it's a good one that we can all learn from and stuff, I convert it to a video, a pre-recorded video or live stream like this, and then I share the stories with you. So if you can see me, hit the like button, hit the like button. You can see me, hit the like button. What's up? Hit the like button, right? Mary Philippe, hit the like button, hit the like button. I had to find a way around the words, man, so I don't trigger the algorithm. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Thank you for stopping by, man. What's up, T. Kelly? Hey. So, this is one of the story time sessions where, people send me their stories pretty much. And then I'm able to convert that story into a pre-recorded video or live stream session. This episode is sponsored by Sendwave. Sendwave is basically an app you can download on your mobile devices, Android or iPhone, within the two shakes of a dog's tail. It lets you send money from Italy, Spain, Ireland, United Kingdom, United States to Nigeria, Uganda, Ghana, Kenya, and Tanzania. All right, from the comfort of your mobile phones without any commissions involved. Use my name, Phrankleen, as it's spelled on my channel as a promo code. You get £5, $5, and/or €5 added to your very first Sendwave transaction, and you can share that promo code with your friends and or families. Okay, let's get cracking. Now, there's about 63 people watching me. Thank you for stopping by. What's up, Pricey? Hit the like button. Give us a thumb up on the video, right? So, this is one of those stories. Story time, story time, story time. If you want to share any stories with me, Food Channel 1960. My email address is in the description below. Bang out your messages to me. I'll have a read, and then I can I'll make you anonymous, and I'll definitely be able to share them on the platform so we can all learn and contribute to that conversation. So let me crack on with the story. So these couple, right? The early days of their relationship, right, was pretty much built on how do I say, tribalism, right? So the couple of Nigerians and stuff, and they met back home in Nigeria. It was great. They fell in love. The the lady the lady that sent me this, she's Yoruba, but the dude she fell in love with is an Igbo guy, okay, which from the eastern part of Nigeria. So regardless of their tribal differences, they found a common ground. They found a way to amalgamate their passions for each other, and then they fell in love, which was great. And they started dating, but she said, the early days, her being a Yoruba, lady and stuff, some of his siblings and extended families, they kind of treated her, in some kind of, weird way, which it was all rooted in tribalism. Why did you marry a Yoruba lady type of thing? But both of them didn't give a toss, and they cracked on with their relationship anyway. So somebody said, "Bro, what's the topic on?" I just clicked on. The topic is the topic. So when you listen to what I'm saying, you'll understand what the topic is about. Does that make sense? Good. But thank you for joining anyway. So they cracked on, with their relationship, and she said, she said, Shortly after they started dating, right? The guy's dad, unfortunately, passed away. Anyway, passed away. Okay, and he was buried and all that. There's so much pressure from the other side, and then it took a while for her, the lady. She didn't get pregnant, because some of the, just to give you a quick background, if if you're watching this, just to help you understand, there are people, Africa is very common whereby there's a pressure on the woman. There's some of the things that I've preached about. They expect you to just pop out babies. Some people might have medical complications. They might, yeah, this is a live stream. You're looking at me now. This is a live stream. Live stream. Yep. So, there's always a pressure on the woman. They expect, in fact, some families expect the woman to have a firstborn child, must be a male child. Like the woman can just press a button and and just pop out babies, a male child. And, there's so many, a lot of them are deeply rooted in misogyny and patriarchy and just really toxic culture in it. So you're watching me. There's over 100 people online now. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right. Hit the like button. And thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. So, people still do that, which is all this toxic culture. There's so much unimaginable pressure on the woman and stuff. Yes. Oh gosh. Are we allowed to ask for advice through your email address? Yes, you can, Rebecca. Yes, you can. So as I was banging on, they, you have all this toxic culture, unfortunately, and then the woman and the man carried on with their relationship and stuff, and then as life carried on, they decided to travel abroad. He said his family wanted him to remain, in Nigeria, blah 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 blah, but there was just too much family palaver going on, and he wanted to protect his woman. They had their first daughter and stuff. Then they decided to travel to the States, which was back in, according to her, back in 2008, 9, I think. They moved to America and stuff. And then, the usual stuff. After some time, monetary demands started coming. It was very hard for them finding their feet in America. They faced a lot of challenges, and the fact that it was the two of them and they also had a little girl, a child, family of three, was very hard. The realities of abroad as an immigrant set in, and, accommodation problems and all that stuff that they had to deal with. And then there was also monetary pressure. Every month, family started demanding money. They would, both of them, it was actually both sides of the family. So they would give whatever it is they've got. And sometimes if they couldn't afford to give money to the family, they would say no. So fast forward to, they kind of found their feet a little bit in America. Things settled for them a little bit. And then, of course, there was a lot of toxic, reaction from the guy's side, all because she's a Yoruba woman, a resentment that's been in them for years and all that. So they managed to sort themselves out in terms of papers, right, in the States. Then he then decided to say he was going to invite his mom to come to America for visiting. The lady said she was apprehensive, but she couldn't say no. She couldn't say anything negative. She didn't want to come across to her husband as if, she's objecting to his mom coming around. But of course, given the woman's evident, track record and all the attacks, mudslinging over the years, she felt uncomfortable. So the guy, they processed, the visa for her. She got the visa, traveled to America. She came, and then she said some other extended families that they didn't really know. She brought them over to their house. She invited, those ones also live in America, right? So there were three women, and then they, in the name of, we came to greet, the woman, they wanted to sleep over. So that's where things took banana shape. So she pulled her husband to the side like, how is your mom going to invite three people to come to our home to come and sleep over without having a prior discussion, prior notification, with us, having the opportunity to consider to see if we can accommodate three people that we barely know, right? But because those three people were from, the husband's side. The woman wasn't happy. Her husband just said, chill out, I'll put a couple of camp beds or whatever in the living room. They can sleep and manage for a couple of days and they'll go and stuff. So, and the wife was expected to cook and clean and do all sorts for these people and all stuff. So when they came, she said one of the ladies was very toxic and addressed her. You come here, you this Yoruba. For those of you that don't understand this, right? It's a cultural thing. Come here, you this Yoruba. Yoruba is basically referring to her side, her tribe, her side of the country that she came from, and being a southerner Yoruba woman, right? Come here, you this Yoruba woman, and they basically started making really snide remarks. So she reached a breaking point and she broke into an argument and said, please don't come into my house and start calling me names and disrespecting me. I'm sorry, I do not appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. To which her mother-in-law replied that, who said this is your home? Who said this is your home? I get to decide who, she told her that you're just borrowing time. You've not found your bus stop. I get to decide who my son's wife is, and you can imagine that's basically a catalyst right there for reaction. And then she said before she knew it, when the argument started, the guy wasn't at home, the husband. And then one of them tried to charge towards her, and then she moved back, and then the woman pushed her backwards. That what you want to beat us, or what do you want to do? Who do you think you are? Blah 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 blah. I can get people back home to bombard your family and pick up your parents. Don't mess with me. Don't try. Whoa. So he got really upset. She picked up her daughter, ran into the bedroom, and then picked up the phone and rang her husband. So the dude drove home hastily, and there was chaos, a lot of mudslinging and mouthing and all that stuff. So long and short, there was a major argument, and she said when he landed, the mother and the woman and the three women started making up lies that, she had called the mother-in-law all sorts of names, which she, according to the email, she said she never did. That she just said to one of the women that you can't come into my home and be calling me names and all that. Oh, they basically said if she wants to give them food, she must kneel down on both knees and stuff. And then as soon as she said, what? I beg your pardon. And then they said, oh, clearly your mother didn't raise you right. And yeah, I can understand, man. If somebody comes into my space, what you say from a distance, I'm not bothered. But you come into my house and you start doing all that, and then you start mudslinging at my parents and all that stuff, that's a no-no, man. So she lost it, which is understandable. And so anyway, the guy tried to be diplomatic, calm down, just go into the bedroom, I'll speak to my mom, I'll resolve this, basically trying to execute, damage control and stuff. Some might argue that, it's let the husband deal with it, and stuff like that. But then she said she respectfully gave her husband the chance to, do what he needed to do. But she soon realized that he didn't exactly put his foot down to actually condemn the actions of the mom and the other three women. And then he came into the bedroom and said to her, I know, I'm not saying what they said is wrong, but, you shouldn't have. Maybe there was something that you said or you reacted in some kind of way. Just learn to take it easy. We've been together all this while. Maybe you shouldn't have said certain things, to my mom. Then he starts to talk about tribe and culture, and that's where the woman hit a breaking point. Like, are you freaking kidding me? And you can imagine it broke into a major argument. Like, that's not bad enough. Imagine you being in the bedroom, all emotional, arguing with your man and stuff like that. And then one of the women then spitefully rang the police and said, there's this woman in this house trying to, what's it called, man? Attack her mother-in-law. Oh no, actually attacked her mother-in-law, blah blah blah. So anyway, the police pulled her, banged on the door. So whilst they were in the bedroom arguing, before they realized it, the police were in the house. So the guy said, the lady said she was shocked. Like, sorry, who called the police? Like they were stunned. And the guy said, well, we got this and this and this, and they ended up. Now check this, right? They ended up asking her to step outside. They didn't, fortunately, it wasn't one of those typical crazy American police that would have gone violent on them and pulled out guns or got anyone killed and stuff like that. But they asked her to step outside, like she said, like the back garden area. They had a chat. There were two females involved, and then they realized like it's like some tribal crap. So eventually, they were able to establish that it was a spiteful phone call, that there was no evidence of violence. And anyway, so the police told all parties involved to calm down, and they were willing to just go away. But they did say that if there is any subsequent phone calls about violence and stuff, they might have to take everybody in and all that. So you can imagine blood boiling. You are already at a boiling point with all the fraudulent misrepresentation, all the mixed with tribalism and all that nonsense going on. Like, what? You call the police on me and all that. So she gave it to her husband. Like, you know what? You pick me or them. So the dude was forced to ask the three women to leave, right? Some of them are his aunties and blah 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 from his side of the family. So they left anyway, and then it was left. The mother was left in the house, and it was a lot of tension. It was quite a lot of tension, which is understandable. So check this out. So she told him point blank, "You find a way to feed your mom from now henceforth, because I'm not getting in the kitchen and cooking or doing anything. Or you remove your mom from here, or I would take my daughter and step out of the house for you. But I'm no longer catering to your mom or doing anything and stuff." So she said, she kept saying was, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. She said he did not charge at his mom to condemn his mom and what she's done within the confines of the marriage and all the problems. He kept speaking to her in his Igbo language, "Mama, please now. Mama, calm down. Mama, please now." And, and then she knew that he didn't have the balls to be able to, express himself and condemn the mother's action. So, of course, you can imagine, she called her own family and all that, and people were asking her, just when is she leaving and going back to Nigeria? And she said she's got 2 more weeks and stuff, just avoid her, blah, 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 blah. People advised her to, just calm down and stuff like that. Okay, fair enough. So she said about 4 days later, she was in the kitchen fixing some food because her husband had gone to work, fixed some food for herself and her daughter, right? She said her husband is already arranged. Watch this. She said, because she told her husband, "I am no longer cooking for your mom," right? Then she said her husband has basically made arrangement with a local caterer to do some cooking and, in plastic, containers that are already in the fridge. "Mom, if you want edikaikon, afang soup, if you want this, if you want that, it's all in the fridge. Just take it, warm it, make yourself a bit of a swallow and eat." Just to basically solve that problem and all that. So, and he said her husband had paid for, she saw all the food packed in the fridge for her. But of course, the woman wasn't happy. She clearly wasn't satisfied, right? And she said she was in the kitchen making her own food. She was cooking rice and some fried stew for herself, her daughter, and her husband who was away at work, right? And then she said the woman then got up, and she said the house, that's American home, is almost like an open plan whereby, it's big, but you can easily just walk. You see the kitchen right behind you from the living room, right? And said the woman started mudslinging, started talking. So as soon as she started talking, she switched on, the video recording on a mobile phone, just put the phone on one of the kitchen counter, so that she can film it and show it to her husband, right? So she ignored the woman and she took her daughter away from her, asked her daughter to sit with her in the kitchen area while she was cooking. She ignored the mother-in-law. She didn't say anything to her, and she started saying all sorts of, tribalistic insults and all that stuff. So when this lady didn't respond, the woman then got up and proceeded to the kitchen area. Oh, I'm talking to you. Oh, I'm talking to you. You're acting as if I'm a wood or I'm non-existent. And then she replied that, please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. She kept saying, leave me alone. And she said, before she knew it, the woman charged to her and said, oh, this and this and that. Your mother should have flushed you. And then kapow! Slapped this woman's face. The mother-in-law slapped her. And she grabbed the mother-in-law. Kapow! 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 Oh, naughty with it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, man, forgive me, man. Look, I'm not advocating for violence, but hey, look, if I was in that kitchen, I would have a card saying, giving out a score mark of number 10. I'll be jumping like, hey, yo, body slam, clothesline, boom, DDT, boom, bust the goddamn face. Of course, man. What are you saying? What are you saying, man? The moment you do that, man, you lose whatever amount of credibility that's left. This is one thing that I keep saying, man. Keep your goddamn hand to yourself, You think you have the audacity to barge into your son's marriage, and that's a no-no. You even flew thousands of miles all the way from Africa. You come into their home, and then you have the audacity. You did all of that, and then to go, just because the lady ignored her, and you go to her, and then you slap her. The lady said she managed to, successfully deliver some very sharp, you can imagine the precision of those facial collisions, which must have left some fantastic mental prints in that skull of her. So she would never, for the rest of her years on the face of the earth, I'm sure she would never forget. And, she collected I think she managed to successfully deliver about 6 or 8 of those facial blessings, which I think is quite impressive in my, in my own reasonable submission. So oh my God. Oh, I bet she didn't see it coming, man. She didn't expect the abundance of the woman's palms and the prints on her face that must have sent her beyond cloud 9. Of course, I'm a dude, and I agree. I agree with that, man. Cholo stupid ni. Before Tito Mari said Agbari, of course. And she was she said she ended up on the floor like a starfish, and you can imagine the episode of drama. Hey, make me live. Hey, she has killed me. Hey, yeah. Yeah, right. Just killed you, man. She go to deliver you enough, man. I wish you'd have pulled down your rapper, your just pull down the knickers just a little bit and give just supply excess amount of those dirty slaps, man. Just put it between the lower back and the top part of where the bomb starts from. Just supply all those, just give her the delivery. Make it oily, make it fresh and really crunchy, This where the lower back is and the top part of the bomb, go dabu. She's a little crazy, ne? Or you put that delivery right in the middle of the back, where your hand can't touch properly. Oh my God. Those type of delivery, They are breathtaking because you can't really touch it. You can't contact that skin, and that thing will bite into your soul. Are you joking? So the husband came home. Of course, she called her husband on a little China phone, and I can imagine how she basically amplified the whole thing as if the woman has, smashed her face into the concrete and stripped her naked. Anyway, the husband came home and, like, you put your hand on my mother. And she told her husband for the first time in their marital life together, and said, if you put your hand on me, I'll call the goddamn police on you. Said, there is a video recording of your mother assaulting me. Enough is enough already. I've put up with years of abuse. I asked her to leave me alone, and she came to assault me. So now, this is where the whole situation is. Of course, it didn't go well. He lost his cool. She said that her husband grabbed her by the dress. He was very angry. You can imagine. He pushed her against the wall, and he wanted to strike her. But he didn't. So she took her daughter, right, and she moved out. She moved out to a relative's, house for the time being. And the whole thing, now her family back home in Nigeria, my, they are already threatening violence against, the Yoruba family, that they were going to travel from the eastern part of Nigeria to go and bombard the family. So it's like it's created a whole lot of tension. So she said, everybody else, even from her family side, oh, you shouldn't have, touched her. She said, but surprisingly, her own father, said the whole thing. Her father is elderly, and the father just said on the phone, I'm proud of you. She said that's what he said, even though her father is very religious, he's an Anglican man, and he said our elderly father said, I'm proud of you. That's all he said. He's not said anything. He just said, I'm proud of you. Because they have had to put up with years of tribalistic, ill treatment and all that stuff. It's been absolutely toxic and all sorts of mudslinging. And do you know what? I would tell you this for free, though. I would tell you this for free. This is what I know as a fact. If that woman was in Nigeria, the couple were living in Nigeria, and this happened in Nigeria, I pray that woman will be alive right now as we speak. No disrespect to any Igbo persons, man, but I know exactly what would have happened if they know where they can locate her locally. Except she's well protected and fortified by persons in the military or in the police department that are high up. They will strike. They will strike, even though it's glaring that their mother was the aggressor, was the one that physically assaulted her, and we can argue clearly that she did that in self-defense. She did that in response in the heat of the moment. They would have, it would have been like World War III in that house. They would have ripped her to shreds. They could even snatch her daughter. It would have been worse, man. Believe that, man. This is some of the toxic culture. So now she's at the brink of walking out of the marriage because the husband is basic. Oh, this person say, where is the video? I don't have the video. Oh, you expect them to give me the video so I can put it on YouTube. So, oh, is that right? That's internal family palaver. If they want, they can make the video public. If they give me the video and authorize me to show it, I will show it. But I'm not going to ask somebody for the video of the physical violence in their family. That's a bit too much, man. That's none of my business. I just go by the email. If they send me a video, oh, you can be rest assured that I will slap you on my channel, right? So so that's the cut to the video, man. So that's the situation. And she said to me, Phrankleen, if you were in my shoes, what would you do? What would I do? You know what, man? First of all, I'm a dude, and let the truth be told. And that's the premise of my channel. I'm not going to be biased about this, man. I'm too familiar with crazy in-law, extended family palaver, trying to intrude into people's marriages and people just customizing their own rules and regulations, thinking they have a place in your relationship. People have, treating wives, women like doormats in the marriage, mother-in-laws not respecting boundaries, and that is the problem is the problem with this woman, this guy's mom in this instance is one of those moms that she does not understand the concept that this is my son. My son is gonna have to form his own family. I've got to respect the boundaries of my son's marriage and respect my son's wife. Respect is bi-directional. This is what I say. But unfortunately, in Africa, within our communities, there are persons, unfortunately, that are unbelievably mentally backward. I believe that respect is bi-directional. If you give respect, if you show love, if you show kindness, you should then get the same thing in return. It's bi-directional, but you don't go into people's relationships and, this whole tribalism nonsense has not done anything favorable to our society. If not, if there is one thing it does, it keeps splitting us in between and keeps inflicting our society and people with toxicity and just a lot of negative vibes and destroying relationships. Honestly. But it's just so sad. I'm gonna say this, man. The dude, if it's exactly the way the email came, I think the man ain't shit. The guy is. This is what I say. If you go and watch my previous videos on my channel, I've said it. I've said it. A man, you've got to put your foot down. Nobody's advocating that you take your mother and throw your mother down the drain. That's not what this is about. But the moment you realize that your wife, your woman's welfare within the confines of your marriage has become endangered, is being threatened by the fact that your mother wants to barge in, or your siblings, your extended families, you're meant to build a wall of fire around your marriage, around your home. Let people respect boundaries. But unfortunately, the application of sentiments, because people are neck deep in sentiments. Oh, it's my mom. My mom. It's my mom. People make mistakes. Nobody's asking you to love your mother less. But the way I live my life is you have to compartmentalize your love for everybody. So basically, the love you have for your father has a place in your heart. The love you have for your mother has a place. Your mother is not on the same platform, cannot, should not, must not be on the same level as your woman. You chose to start a life with that person. Your mom can't be a counterpart with your woman. They can't be on the same wavelength, competing for who sits in the front in your car, who makes decisions. What the hell? That's your home. Why would my mom come into my house and we're trying to go out? I've seen some dudes in Africa where you, your wife, and your mother are going out, and you ask your wife to sit at the back. Your mother sits in front. It shouldn't even be an argument, except if the wife says, "Oh, mom, you sit in front. Don't worry about it. I prefer to sit at the back," or something. That's different. You're basically, oh yeah, a woman, the woman can leave me tomorrow. But my mother is irreplaceable. The woman can decide to go and marry. Shut your mouth, man. Nonsense. My mother is number one in my marriage. Why don't you walk your mother down the aisle and go and marry your mother? My mother is number one in my heart. My wife has got to learn to accommodate my mother. That's absolute nonsense. This is why people destroy their homes. My mother, mom. My mom said, mom, come on, man. People have got to respect boundaries. What kind of, so your mom loves you so much. No disrespect. This is logical reasoning. Your mom loves you so much. She can come into the confines of your home, your marriage, and inflict it with toxicity and put her hand on your wife. Now, if the woman was blatantly disrespectful, if your wife is the aggressor, right? That's a totally different conversation. She needs to be put in her place and be told off. I agree with that. But also, there is this culture, so-called cultural nonsense, whereby I'm all for, oh, Phrankleen, this table you are shaking. I came with a sledgehammer to break the goddamn table, man. I'm not here to pander to anybody. People have their opinions. They can say whatever, man. Why would your mother? It's okay for your wife to look after your mom. Maybe she's able to run one or two errands, and maybe take care of your mom. She's around, gesture of goodwill. It's not your mother's entitlement. Your wife is not your mother's slave. Your wife is not your mother's house help. I see so many dudes just to look at their mom in the face and say, Mom, no, Mom, no, stop. Mom, don't do that. That's not being disrespectful. That's protecting what is yours. And your mother, they've got to respect the boundaries. That doesn't mean, oh, you have to love your mom less. There are some families, just because you're dating and you're marrying this woman, you expect your wife, you expect your woman to cook for every goddamn person in your family. Are you buzzing? How is that woman, your younger brothers, they've got their balls, they're resting their balls on the couch. They're licking their lips. They're expecting your wife to jump in the kitchen and cook for everybody. How about give your brother a dirty slap and ask him to get his nasty backside in the kitchen, go make his own food? But because you want to pander to people, it's our culture. That ain't no culture. If there is like festivity or celebration within the family, more than likely you find women in the kitchen, everybody comes together in a very happy environment. Women are cooking, guys are joining them and cooking and stuff like that. All this nonsense we call culture is patriarchy, is toxic. Me, I do not, I'm telling you now, can I talk about myself just for a moment? Me, Phrankleen, I don't play with family and my relationship. They know me. They don't like me. You know why they don't like certain things about me? Because I am not a conformist. I don't conform to BS. My wife is not anybody's slave. So what I'm saying is, if I'm sitting in the midst of family right now, nobody gets to finger snap and expect my wife to get in the kitchen for them. Even if she wanted to say, oh, it's okay, babe. Can you sit down, please? You ain't nobody's goddamn slave. Nobody in your family should have an exclusive access to your woman and be finger snapping and expect her to fall head over heel, go and do X, Y, Z. And then they have the audacity to get angry. Oh, she did not get in the kitchen to cook for us. That's nye. But you need to daruni. But you get in the kitchen for kinie. For what? You gotta, man, you gotta, this is not rocket science, man. Protect your home. Let me say this. Let me say this. And this is exactly, let me just clarify, yeah? You see all these things that I'm saying. In fact, I can tell you for a fact, I am not doing this to please my wife. No. I am doing it because it is the noble thing to do as a man. Do you understand that? I am not trying to please my wife. Oh, baby, do you see the way I shouted at my mom on your behalf? Are you happy? Okay, pat me on my... Am I getting a blowjob tonight because I shouted at my mom to make you happy? What? I'm not trying to please anybody. No. Because it's the noble thing to do. Your relationship shouldn't be a dumping ground. It shouldn't be easily accessible. The confines of that relationship should not be easily accessible for people to think they can just come in, they can just finger snap your younger brother, your cousin, some third cousin, some uncle in the name of uncle, some uncle you don't even know like that, that your woman doesn't even know. Hey, my daughter, come here. Go and make me. Is it me you are greeting like that? Let your knees touch the ground properly. You come here. Is that how your mother raised you? And you are there. You're standing in the background like a man. You're like, baby, baby, just go and do as you're told. Are you mad? Are you barking mad, bruv? Are you? Don't make me take my shirt off, man. Come on, man. And it works vice versa, right? Women, don't get your man to pander to your relatives. My dad said, baby, my daddy said, baby, my mommy said, baby, you have to, baby. Are you joking? I'm talking vice versa. Now, it works both ways, but of course, because of the story that I read out to you, I'm emphasizing on this, on the man side of things. It works both ways. There are women as well, man. Use your female power. Protect your man. Now, the man can catch hell from you for whatever palaver you're dealing with behind closed doors within the confines of your marriage. That's a totally different conversation. That's a private conversation. But don't throw your man on the train tracks. Don't make your man accessible like a piece of tissue box. Baby, my daddy said you should come and cut the grass on Sunday. He wants you to come at 9 o'clock. So you need to go and cut the grass. And the guy said, sorry, what? I told him you're coming to cut the grass. So are you going to disrespect my dad? What? So I'm your dad's goddamn gardener now. If in an environment where there is a healthy relationship, there is mutual relationship. I can, as a son-in-law, hey, pops, I'll come do your grass for you on Sunday, right? That's no problems. Oh, thank you, my son. There's appreciation, there's a degree of respect, but not for somebody to expect me to show up with my cutlass and the lawnmower to come and do what and wash the plates and wash his car. Why? Because I'm married to your daughter. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying, I'm telling you, man, when you look at some of these, except in circumstances where relationships collapse because of because of infidelity, because of things like maybe violence and things like that. Now, that's a totally different conversation. That's understandable, okay? That happens every day of the week, 365, 24/7, right? But you'll be amazed by the number of relationships that hit the rock simply because the man is just purely spineless, right? The man is neck deep in sentiments. The woman is a daddy's girl. Daddy said, my daddy said, mommy said. Yeah, last night, babe, I had a conversation with dad and I told him about what we discussed about. Dad said we shouldn't do it. Wait, what? You took our conversation to your dad? Yes, because it's my father. All right. If he did not send me to Oxford University, if he didn't send me to blah, 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 would you have been able to marry me? My daddy, my daddy, my daddy. There goes your relationship down the drain. Your dad, there was a case of somebody that I personally know that she gave a spare key of, the key to their home. She gave a spare key to her dad without the knowledge of her husband. Did you hear what I said? So basically, the dad can barge into the property, their home, anytime. And she told her husband, yeah, so what? What's the big deal? Think about it, man. There's some BS that people do. Like that, there was one that a guy, he said he traveled for business. He came back. He met his wife's siblings in their bedroom. One of them undoing her hair on the ground. One was lying on their matrimonial bed. And the wife asked him to calm down. Don't worry, they're going to sweep it. They just came to spend some time with me. We were talking in the bedroom. We're talking in the bedroom, and they were just they were a little tired, and she fell asleep on my matrimonial bed. That's straight violation, man. Why do people do that? But this is what I'm saying. If you're not cut out for it, maybe you're not mentally cut out for it. You're not ready for it, or you're not suitable to exist in the confines of that marriage. Why do people even? Why do you bother? Why would I bring my siblings into my matrimonial bedroom on my matrimonial? What kind of sleep is that? Why can't they sleep in another room if they have to sleep, or sleep on the couch? They have to come into your matrimonial bed, and your younger brother has to sleep on your matrimonial bed? And you are trying to justify that. Your mom barges into your house and telling your wife the pieces of meat she's eating is a bit excessive. Or if your mom can't get money off you, it's your wife's palaver. It's your wife's doing. It's your wife's. She gets the backlash. She's the one that's. It's too much toxicity, man. It's just too much. It's too much. These are the things that lead to, and believe me, man, when you leave it open for every uncle, every auntie, every cousin, everybody has an opinion. Everybody's looking inwards. Everybody's on the phone, on WhatsApp. Everybody has an opinion. It's too toxic. People just mentally reach that breaking point, and the whole thing caves in. So I'm at a point, I keep my business to myself. Whatever me and Victoria, whatever we decide, bro, let me tell you, man, it stays between us. That's the way it should be. We might have the craziest argument tomorrow morning. That comes with the package. We will get past that. We'll resolve that. Keep your goddamn business to yourself. So this is why I'm a for sure brother, right? I come on here, I do all this talking. I try to use myself as an example. I don't sugarcoat anything. As I'm talking to you, you're watching this live and direct on my YouTube channel. My parents don't have a footing within the confines of my relationship. My parents cannot mudsling at my woman. My mother cannot insult my woman, and I'll watch it slide. Never. Likewise, I am not going to stand on the pavement and watch my woman launch an unprovoked attack against my parents in the name of, oh, my husband is going to defend me. Oh, you're playing with fire because I'm coming after you. You dare not. Do you see? So I strike a sensible balance. I don't want no palaver, man. Nobody comes with like a hippopotamus stampede into my marriage and start, why you, nah, I don't want nah, fam. So I don't see how that's going to happen to me. I'll have to even allow you to come and spread your wings to start with before you can even get to the point of there's an argument, and then you then think in your tiny little brain that you want to throw your hand at that will be the last time you throw the hand. That will be the end of that relationship, man. You can't do that. So many women have been, unfortunately, and let me just put a disclaimer, right? This is not man bashing, because there's always some people with very slender brains, very myopic way of viewing things. Oh, Franklin, you're trying to keep the women happy. I'm not here to pander to anyone. I'm doing my best to say it as it is. All right. I've said it's both ways. So many women have been unfortunately left in vulnerable positions due to spineless men. When toxicity is being inflicted into your relationship, you catch it very quickly, you nip it in the bud, you bring it to an end. You don't give people chance number one, chance number two, chance number three, chance number four, chance number five, chance number 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. You don't do that. So your younger brother comes to your house to come and say hello. That's fine. Hey, what's up, man? You come in. And then if my woman says, hey, sit down, bro, I got you. And she says, let me fix you a plate of food. That's great. But I expect you, in exchange, oh, thank you, thank you, auntie, thank you, whatever, sister, whatever way you address yourselves. Thank you, so and so's mom, right? You get that nice plate of food. I expect you as a grown man, as a sensible younger brother, take the goddamn plate, make your way into the kitchen and wash the plate. Now, if my woman then of our own volition, that's, oh, don't worry about it. Drop the plate. I'll sort it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just drop the plate. I'll sort it. Now, she offered you that. That's fine, but you expect to sit down, eat the food, and then you rest your balls on the chair, and you expecting my woman to come and pack the plate in front of you. Oh, and then you get some family saying, oh, yeah, because our nonny, she's a brother-in-law. Brother what? Hell no. The big issue with Nigerian culture is the excessive crossing boundaries, thinking everyone's business is yours because you're family. Thank you. That's Eunice. Bullseye. I love that. Brother-in-law, Kini, my 4 pots, Moria, to Daruni. Come to my house, so I expect you my pale, my boyfriend, my mugbaji for It's that nonsense. Nah, bruv. I've seen elderly people in our families, extended families. I'm giving you a live example now, where they'll see the wife, they see the woman, your wife, your girlfriend or whatever, and she's nice, she's polite, she's giving them, degree of respect. Oh, hello, ma, hello, sir, and stuff. You see, these very bad conditioning that they just can't see that young lady, that woman as, oh, you're not part of us now, you're part of the family, nice to have you, and everybody relating in happiness with respect and all that. No, they want to make sure that they enslave that woman, run her to the ground. Somebody's asking, where are you from? I'm a Yoruba guy. Run her to the ground, make sure they get her to clean their butt cheeks over and over again before they can then say, yeah, I think we can now accept you as a woman. Hell no. Alonga baby, what's up? Good to have you here. Been a while. Nah, man. Stay out of people's business, but it's up to the couple to ensure Copenhagen tapping in. They don't talk the business to their family members. So anyway, that's me. I can carry on and on. And marriage in the West is cancerous. So much divorce. Yes, and there is the Western impact. Unfortunately, the life in the West does not cater to you having a healthy relationship. No. Whichever way you try to throw this, the government systems and the benefit systems have done it in a way that it's very, very easy and dead simple to smash a relationship into smithereens and make sure that the woman becomes vulnerable and exposed with the children whilst relying on, state benefit. Do you understand me? So the prime target is to destroy, particularly in our community, destroy the marriage unit. And I understand, if we then want to have a drop-down list underneath that, I am thoroughly aware that there is a plethora of reasons why people go their separate ways, you know. So we're not saying, oh, because you live in the West, it's mandatory. If somebody's being toxic, if somebody's a longer baby, thank you. If somebody's being toxic, if somebody's being violent towards you, blatantly violent, or endangering your life, the weaponizing, you know, objects and hitting you and threatening your existence, by all means, get out, whether you have children or not. We know that. But the Western system, particularly, is designed in a way that you find the most flagrant reason to just keep it moving, man, to run and disappear. It's unfortunate. It's the way it's designed. Because why? If you go, the woman more than likely is going to be with the kids. How much is it that I can cater? So if you look at the way the system is, they're not looking inwards to ensure that you have a fantastic welfare, or you're mentally sound, or that your children have a healthy environment where mom and dad exist. They do not care. In fact, the moment a family is cracked into half, the state wants to come in, and in 3, 2, 1, they are looking for how to steal your children. Foster care home, forced adoption, and all that, because there's a lot of dirty money involved. Fact. They're not there to say, oh, how come you and your husband are not working together? Oh, can you guys go for marriage counts? They're not there for that, man. Yeah. And unfortunately, some women, I say some, not all. Some women, unfortunately, have been in the West. They've adopted the toxic idea of, so because my husband caught me with the phone number of a random guy, which I shouldn't have collected, and Folakemi has just told me that I can find a way to call the police and tell him I'm threatening me and the kids. Because I've got the kids, they'll kick him out. Nye, 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 nye. I'll have the home to myself. So what's going to happen is you make up lies. They're going to kick him out. He leaves. You end up by yourself. Oh, baby, women empowerment, baby. That's not women empowerment, by the way. That's not female empowerment. That's a big scam. And then what happens is you end up as a single mom, okay, which is stigmatizing in this environment. And then you then end up available to random genitalia that want to get between your legs. And you're susceptible to random and plethora of smashings and dumping and being used and stuff. And then the vicious cycle. But by the time some women then realize, it's too bloody late. The guy too might have moved on and found somebody else, and the children are right in the middle suffering. There's no father figure, there's no proper family structure. On and on goes the vicious cycle. And then we come on social media and Facebook, men are trash. Men ain't shit. Men ain't this. Men ain't that. I mean, that's a totally different conversation. That's why I said some women, okay? But if it's something that's based on violence and ill treatment, I have a ton of respect for your decision. I hope you get what I'm saying. So that's me done, man. Protect your home, bruh. Protect your home. And I think I've said more than enough, okay? Thank you for the little contribution there. Alonga, baby, I appreciate you, man. Is there any questions? Anybody saying anything? Hey, there's 349 people online, man. Hit the like button, man. Come on, man. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Man, oh man, those boys wouldn't pity the single mamas, man. Yeah, man, you're a single mom, man. Everybody and their dad is trying to smash. That's unfortunately, man. Doesn't mean because somebody's a single mom means they're a never to do well type. Everyone's story is unique to them. Until you approach someone, you find out, oh, why did you become single? You can know that, oh, for X, Y, Z reasons. Your story will be different from the single mom down the road, from the one adjacent to you across the road. Everyone's got different stories unique to them. There are some, they're just toxic. They just want to use the children to get state money and fleece the different fathers, and just so they can sleep around. And then when they've bleached the rest of their skins and they are old and there is no man in their lives, they're the ones at the front rows of the churches and looking for pastors. Pastors might even end up praying on them and smashing them and taking advantage of them. On and on goes the vicious cycle. Brother Roland playing the keyboard is also smashing them and getting some action in. On and on goes the vicious cycle. Everybody just lies like that. I'm cool from that. I'm cool from that. Yeah, I'm off topic. I'm off topic. Forgive me, man. Forgive me, man. Yeah. So that's me done, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Leg back there. Oh, mule from God's boots. Pastor, mo fẹ́ fẹ́ jọ brother Femi sùn yín. Wọ́n ní pé kí wọ́n wo tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe rún mi ni. Oh, is that right, brother Femi? Sorry, forgive me, man. Here we go, man. Somebody's angry. Why do we always talk of smashing when women are single? Stop it, oh, idioma. That's not what we're talking about today, man. Come on, man. Don't go there, man. Idioma, I'm on the floor. I'm lying down. Forgive me, okay? Somebody's trying to bring the protest signboard of single mom. She wants to come and smash it on my head now. She's pissed off. Idioma, listen, if you followed what I've been talking about from the start and how I got to this point, there is nothing for you to get angry about. If you jumped into this midway, you can always watch a playback when this comes to an end, all right? Why church? How about other religious? I can easily say church because I grew up in the church. I'm no longer in the church. You understand me? And I don't want to say mosque so that they don't go and meet me in the road and say, "Guy, you said something about Muhammad Busa." I love my wife. I'm gonna not imit her. Oh my days, man. Yeah, that's me done, man. Hit the like button, hit the sub. 351 people, and I've got 137 likes. What's going on, man? That's me done. You know, protect yourself, protect your home. I cannot stress that enough, man. You know, let your mothers, let the people, your extended families, let them, you know, let them let them understand and respect boundaries, man. You are a dude, you're watching these, no disrespect. I love you as my brother, but protect your home, man. If you're not in the front line, you're not protecting your wife, and it's not enough that you're paying the rent or the mortgage or you're buying the food stuff. That's not what we're talking about, man. Protect your home. It's important for a man to know how to put his foot down, man. It's very important, man, because you know if you're vulnerable, because the gate man might end up being the one protecting madam. And hey, I'm done. I'm done. Thank you, Alonga baby, man. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, man. I appreciate you for listening to me. Hit the like button. Make sure you share my videos. You can support my my channel via PayPal. You can support my channel via Patreon. Patreon.com, /Phrankleen. The link is in the description for $5 or $10 a month. And you can support via Cash App. I need you guys to sign up to my Patreon, man. Come on, man. Show your love. Dose of David, where are you? Are you still there? You've gone quiet. Lady Diva, bye. Thank you for watching. Rebecca Hills and everybody involved. It's your boy, Phrankleen. Peace out. Have a nice weekend.